The
Yeah,
TV
yeah.
star, the television star, L. Roker Jr.
I see.
What are you doing here? I figured you'd be in New York. I figured you'd never come back.
I bring my friends along with me, as you noticed.
That's right. I did notice a split second of the Slob show.
You made the cut.
Did you notice the picture they used? I was like, and you were like,
it was yeah. I think they used a screenshot of the Slob show.
No, but it was a video clip, but it was just like so quick.
But part of the montage. TV
that was
montage.
Awesome. So in case you didn't know, Roker a couple weeks ago, he said he had a big surprise. Week. Well, we weren't on last week.
Right. No. A couple of weeks ago, I said I had a surprise. Yes.
So he said he had a major surprise. And then lo and behold, as Leon would say on Curb Your Enthusiasm, he's on the Today Show. You want to explain what's going on here?
Yeah, I couldn't talk about it then, but that's why I wasn't here last week, because I knew that I had to fly to New York to be on the Today Show, which was quite bizarre, to be honest with you. Quite bizarre, but it happened, and it happened exactly a week ago today. So they flew me out last Monday, like early. They're like, we don't want you to. There's lots of problems with with the flights and everything like that, and the cancellations and all that stuff. So we want you to fly out on like the first flight. I'm like, okay. So I fly out on the first flight, get to New York, didn't have any problems. And I get to my hotel room. I'm like, well, if they're flying me out on the first flight, then obviously I'll be able to check into the hotel room. So they put me up in the hotel room that's right across the street from 30 Rock, right there in the middle of Midtown Manhattan. And I'm like, hotel room, blah, blah, blah. Here's the number. Oh, yeah, we're not going to have any rooms for like till 3 p.m. at least.
Did you call up the Today Show producers and say, hey, what am I going to do till 3?
What was I supposed to do with that? I mean, it's like they're sending me to, they just flew me in. And so like now, as I'm sure you know by reading the news, watching the news, there had been like a ridiculous heat wave on the East Coast.
Oh, so I didn't know that.
Oh, so it was like 95 degrees.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, okay, now what do I do for the next 3 hours? It's 95 degrees outside. It's noon. It was literally 12:02 when I checked in. So I'm like, well, I want to go to Katz's Deli. So I go to Katz's Deli.
We haven't explained why you were there yet. They brought you. Are you going to get to that, or you forgot to explain that? Because we never even told people what the deal was.
So I explain all of this on my Roker Radio podcast. So if you go to the SLOB Show page on Facebook,
the Facebook group, the
Facebook group,
the biggest group in all of Facebook now. This is where all slobs unite. You put all your food pictures there, all your tips, everything is going to be on the SLOB Show Facebook group.
Yes.
It's an exclusive group.
Go there and click on the link, and you can hear the detailed version of how this happened. But the short story is, about a month ago, I get a call from a Today Show producer saying that we want to do a segment about people who have the same name as our hosts. Okay. And so she interviews me for about 10, 15 minutes, goes, oh, this is a great story, blah, blah, blah. Like, but you're not really Al Roker Jr. You're Ken Smith. So I don't know if this is going to work. Let me talk to, my boss and see what they say. A couple of days later, she calls me back and says, would you be willing to fly to New York and be on the Today Show and meet Al Roker? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Yeah. So that's how that started. And then began like 3+ weeks of back and forth, me sending them audio, me
Did you have to do a
sending them
background check or anything?
pictures. Did they have to do a background check on me?
Yeah.
I don't know if they did a background check. What, to see if I had a felony in my record or something?
Anything.
Or
Like,
what?
I mean, they probably don't want some guy on there that like diddled with cats or something.
I mean, I don't know if they did a background check on me. I'm assuming they did their due diligence. So, I mean, they still had me on the show, right? So, so that began like a over 3-week process of us going back and forth, me sending them pictures, me doing voiceover, all that kind of stuff.
It was very good, the appearance.
All of that ended up on the show, and we can't play it, here on, Facebook. But if you go to the Slob Show group, or you go to any one of my Facebook pages, the Ken Smith or the Al Roker Jr., you can click on links that will take you to the actual appearance that you can see in full, or you can take you to the podcast that talks about the appearance and then has the audio of the appearance.
And you did the podcast from like the break room there or whatever, right? Or the green room?
That's actually part of the story, a bit of a surprise part of the story. It was unbeknownst to me at the time. So if you want to hear where I did the podcast from, just go to Roker Radio, wherever you get your podcasts, Roker Radio, Roker meets Roker.
This is like interviewing an author, and you're like, hey, I heard you had sex with Pamela Anderson. It's in the book.
Well, dude, I'm not going to guess. And here's exactly how I had sex
in the
with Pamela
book.
Anderson. Here's exactly. The answer is yes.
Well, let me say this.
I'm not going to give you all the details. Yeah.
Let me say this. I watched the segment, which you could see on Roker's website or the group. Man, Roker's good on TV. We already knew it from his the Newt Rockney thing, but we already knew you had skills on television. But when I saw that, I'm like, man, Roker should be on TV. You should be doing local something for local NBC. You're very good on TV. Like even people were saying, wow, he wasn't nervous. He's so natural. It was a very good appearance.
And I have to say thank you to all of those who have been like so kind and been so been complimenting me on the appearance. You too, Abe. You're one of the first. And the producer asked me, "Are you nervous?" This is like literally right before we were going on. We were like, in the wings, right? Like Tony Dungy just like goes. The producer says to me, do you know anything about sports? And I'm like, yeah, that was Tony Dungy. He's like, oh yeah, I was about to say that Tony Dungy's on the show that day. So like Tony Dungy was on just after me.
Did you meet him or no?
Just before? No, I mean they literally, for some reason,
get him out of here. Use his head to open the door. Get him out of here.
It was great, dude. I'm in like I go to the Today Show green room. This is after my appearance. I go into the green room and there's like a full band in the green room rehearsing, like a country band or some type of band. They were going to be on the show in like 20 minutes. Tony Dungy and his wife, they like whisked them in and whisked them out. They had like Jimmy Fallon on playing Password earlier in the day. It was kind of crazy, but we're literally in the wings about to go on. And she's like, are you nervous? I'm like, no. She goes, good, because if you're nervous, then I'm going to be nervous. I'm like, no, okay. And the thing is, it happens so fast that you almost can't be nervous. It's like they like the stage manager waves me onto the set.
Yeah.
And you'll see they have kind of like a little fake radio setup there for me to stand in front of. And literally I get up to the microphone, I get on the set, and I hear 4, 3, 2, 1. That fast. It's like, okay, I guess we're doing this. I guess it's happening. So I mean, it happened very quickly, and it was fun, and everyone was great, and all the people, and boy, did it take me back. These Today Show producers that I work with, and I give Aaron a shout out in my podcast, but I'll say it again: the Today Show producer Aaron, who basically was in charge of this segment. Boy, did it give me flashbacks, because I would like text her at 9:00 in the morning and get a response, and I text her at 9:00 at night and get a response. And I'm like, I remember those days. You know. And I said to her, I said, believe me, I said, no one knows the job that you do except the other producers. No one really knows all the stuff that you do.
Yeah.
Other than the other producers who are doing the same thing. So thank you. I said, I appreciate this, because I know it's a lot of work. Because because she's booking hotels and flights and car services to come pick me up and drop me off. And
so
all
you got
that
first class.
stuff.
You had like the first class treatment.
Oh yeah,
everything was paid for, right? Did you pay $1 for anything?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so they fly you in. Your first order. So you get there at what time? 10?
Into New York?
Yeah.
I mean, I probably landed at, the flight went out at like 7:30. So I probably landed at like 9:40.
And now
you have
5 hours till your room's ready, right?
Well, we actually didn't, with waiting for I actually did have to wait for luggage because I had a carry-on. Oh, no, I did have to wait for luggage. That's what took so long. Well, because I was in like group 7. I'm in like boarding group 7. I'm like back by the bathroom, right? And so by the time it's like they're like in boarding group 5, it's like, yeah, we'd like to announce that there's no more overhead space in the cabin. There's no more overhead space in the cabin, so we will be checking everybody's bag from here on out. And I'm like, oh man, I'm like, my insulin is in there. All
Can you
my
imagine if they lost that shit?
there. That's what I'm saying, because I try to always just have a carry-on. I try to always just have a carry-on, because was going to Vegas to cover a UFC fight. This is while we're at Q101. So this is at least 15 years ago or something like that. I'm waiting for my bags to come out, and this luggage comes down the thing, all open. It's open. It's completely open.
And it was your luggage?
Please don't let this be my please don't let this be my luggage. Microphones, recording equipment, all gone.
Oh, wow.
All gone. So here's a traveling tip. Make sure anything that you need that's important is in that carry-on. Your medication, your insulin, your jewelry, your whatever. In my case,
who puts jewelry in a carry-on? That's really stupid.
Well, maybe you're going to a wedding or something. What, you going to wear your diamond earrings on the plane?
Put it in your carry-on.
I just said that.
No, I know, but I'm saying, what kind of a moron would not do that anyway?
Understood, but it's something, especially if you don't fly that often, it's something that you don't think about.
Yeah.
And the only time that I ever end up, like if I'm going someplace for a week, I've got clothes luggage that, I'm not taking with me. But the only time my carry-on bag has ever had to actually just go through the carousel is if it was somehow it was full. And so that's what happens. I'm like, okay, please, Lord, because I'm going to end up on the Today Show in shorts and a Bunny Ranch shirt or something. and
that'd be awesome. You should have went out with your Bunny Ranch shirt.
I don't think so, dude. I was trying. Did you notice the show before? I kept saying like, what the heck are you doing? Darn it. I was trying to be as clean as possible. I didn't want them to have any reason to like not have me on. So
here's Roker at Cat's Deli. And by the way, this is the SLOB Show group that everyone should be a member of. Let's see. God, this looks delicious.
Dude. I was gonna like kind of make my own sandwich, and I kept seeing people with a Reuben.
Man, that looks good.
And I'm like, I think I got to get this Reuben. So Reuben's normally with corned beef, but Katz is known for their pastrami. So I got the pastrami Reuben.
What's that sauce?
That's going to be
Thousand Island.
A Thousand Island, yes.
God.
So it's a Thousand Island sauerkraut, Swiss cheese mountain, just dripping down the side, and it was that's the equivalent. That's 2 pickles.
Damn, this is a $26 sandwich.
It was $26.
That looks worth it to me.
But it was worth every bite. It was even my gummy mouth was able to get through it with no problem. It was so tender, and it was like I thought so hard about trying to like bring some home and bring some back for Claire, and I'm like, it just wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, you
like,
can't bring that back.
Yeah, it wouldn't taste this because they have their pastrami like vacuum sealed and stuff, and you can take, but it's still dude, to just for them to take it out of the steamer and it's steaming hot, and they have to cut it by hand because it would fall apart in a slicer.
Oh,
it's that tender.
God, it looks delicious. So you went to Katz, you got that pastrami Reuben, which I'm gonna. If next time I'm in New York, I'm gonna get that.
Dude,
that's the best Reuben I've ever seen.
I ate half of it. I ate half of it for lunch.
Oh,
and then ate the other half for dinner in the room.
Hotel.
That's how big it was.
Wow,
that's how big it was.
So right when you get to the hotel, you put it on what 55 degrees, right? The room.
Oh, dude, it wouldn't go lower than 67.
Well, that's not bad. 67.
It is when it's 95 outside because the room was at 77.
Oh. So it was a hot room.
So it was not a cold room, that's for sure.
Because the way Roker and I do it, when we've split many a room in Vegas.
First thing you do is make sure the blinds are closed, so all that sunlight's not coming in. Go right over to the thermostat, and how low will it go? Right?
Like we have it on we have it in the
Vegas.
50s.
Yeah, I mean,
like Vegas, ice cold.
Think about how hot it is in Vegas, how hot it is in New Orleans. These are places I normally go. Usually you don't have to worry about that in New York. But
so that's your first night. You get the pastrami sandwich. Any other meals, or that couldn't have been it for that first day?
Yeah, that was it. Well, because I didn't want to risk anything happening that would,
like falling down and getting a black eye or something.
No, it's like, like I have friends who live in New York. I have friends that live near New York. I'm like, nope, not gonna go out, not gonna have a beer, not gonna do any of that stuff. I'm just gonna stay in the room and be a good boy so that I can do what I came here for, right?
So you were all business.
And I was all business. And then after I was done with my appearance, I still had a couple of hours before the car was coming to pick me up to take me back to the airport. So there was a nice Japanese restaurant next door to the hotel, and they had sushi and specials. So I ended up getting a nice little sushi platter for like $20.
Before you get on a plane, you eat sushi?
I ate what I was gonna eat. So I'm like, no, I'm going. Sushi's gonna be light. I'm not gonna I wouldn't have wanted to have like one of those sandwiches before I got on the plane. You know what I mean? So, so I ended up spending like $55, a little more. I actually did a Too Good to Go while I was there.
Oh,
I'm searching around. I'm like,
wow, they have it there.
I'm like, let's see if there's any Too Good to Go's around here. And so about half a mile from Katz's, there was this bakery, coffee shop. So I ended up getting like New York bagels and a muffin and for $4.99.
Wow.
Took that back to the room.
Now, the Too Good to Go app was something I discovered where there's a bunch of restaurants that are just like throwing shit out and you just take it for like however much money.
It's usually $4.99,
$5.
$5.99, something like that. Yes.
Like Great American Bagel here, they give you bags of bagels for $5.
Unfortunately, the only place around here where I live is that does it is the Panera Bread in the Louis Joliet Mall. But I've been there like 4 times already. Been there like 4, maybe 5.
I forgot all about that app now.
But when I come into the city, I give it a quick look, see if there's anything nearby.
Yeah.
I want to do a quick shout out to my boy John McCartney, who's watching on Facebook right now. PR extraordinaire. Have you asking if we ever had the Yerminators at Freddy's? Remember?
Oh, does he work at? Is Freddy's one of his clients?
And I know it used to be. I guess it probably is. Remember?
Is that with the Bertucci sisters?
Those are the Bertucci sisters.
Oh, I know all about that.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, they just had their anniversary about a week or so ago.
I did not have the Yerminator because Yerminator's not even on the team anymore, unfortunately.
Yes, but he went there and had and they made a Yerminator sandwich for him, and he went like 4 for 5 or something.
Yeah,
at like 5 RBIs.
He got signed by another team. The Sox sent him to the minors, and I think he got signed by the Rangers, if I remember. I can't remember.
He actually like was going to quit baseball, and then people talked him back into staying. But
he was good for him. He was like the best player on the team for like a month. People forget about that.
The last time I was in town, I went to Freddy's, and I went to Freddy's, got some pizza, got Claire some watermelon Italian ice because she loves the watermelon Italian ice from there.
Ooh, so I love that.
I went there, and then I went to Gio's and got their like antipasto salad.
Gio's is good too, yeah.
Which is basically just cheese and meat with like a sprinkling of lettuce.
You know what I got yesterday?
It's delicious. So I always try and hit my places up when I make it into the big city.
Look at this, Roker. This is what I got yesterday.
It's a bit of a glare, but I see lots of sauces and several carryout bags. Where's that from?
This is from Green Street.
Oh yeah, no, Green Street's awesome. Did they have the I had me some Green Street at the Windy City Smokeout a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, you did?
Did they have the beef rib?
Oh no, I should have got that. I got the pork belly. I got the pork belly, the brisket, and then like a million sides.
Yeah, their brisket is good. If they may only do that beef rib on the weekends, but next time you go, definitely ask. I mean, it's a Flintstone rib. I need to check that out. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
That was a major mistake. I forgot about. See, you told me about that too. And this is the first time I went. You know, I went my car, so my car's dead. I need a new battery or something. So yesterday I was on foot. So I walked there.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna have to get something for dinner. Normally I drive or whatever.
Right.
But I walked there, and it's like 3 blocks away. I should go there all the time.
Yeah, Dr. Barbecue recommended Green Street to me because he, Dr. Barbecue Ray Lampy, who we had on our show On the Game, he gave them
that's why I don't go there all the time.
yeah, right, exactly. That's exactly right.
$97.
He opened up a place in Florida, and I'm like, dude, do you ship your brisket or do you ship your beef ribs? Because he does brisket, he does beef ribs. I'm like, do you ship your beef ribs? I'm joning for beef ribs. She goes, no, I don't ship them, but go to Green Street there in Chicago. And so I'm like, done.
I gotta look that up.
Didn't disappoint.
I didn't even notice that because when I saw the meats, it was like, it's a little overwhelming. Because you're like, but I didn't even notice the beef rib.
It's kind of like getting a Reuben sandwich there at Katz's, and you're spending, and the next thing you know, your Reuben sandwich and a diet pop is $35.
Yeah. Oh shit! Here it is, right here. Oh, it's $35 though. The beef short ribs.
Yeah, but it's probably 2 pounds of meat.
I think it's half pound.
If not, no. You're looking at brisket. Or you're looking at
well, everything says by the half pound.
Oh, interesting.
See.
Meats by the half pound. Okay. Brisket. Oh no, by the pound. Beef short ribs are
Oh,
by
so
the
that
pound.
one's a pound. Okay.
Yes.
So
I
normally
had
it's everything else is like 16 or 14, but this is
okay.
17.50 a half pound basically.
I
Because
had
these
their
are all half pound.
I had their pastrami at the Windy City Smokeout, and it was excellent.
See, I was thinking about getting. See, I fucked up.
Yeah,
I should have got that too.
it was excellent. See,
And all their sides are good too.
yeah. See, that's the problem with a place like that, because yeah, it's a hundo easily. Because you're like, I got to try the pastrami, I got to try the brisket, I got to get this, I got to get that. Next thing you know, it's like,
You want to talk about a guy who we should, one of our greatest slobs ever, this guy, Jeff Frank, that I know. This guy is a slob, just like us. He goes to places.
now if this is the first time you've ever seen or listened to the Slob Show, this is a compliment, ladies and gentlemen. Right. This is not a slam. This is a compliment. Like, what's he done? Dude, Jeff Frank is a slob. Yeah. It's more like Jeff Frank is a slob.
Well, this guy, he gets like, oh my God. He'll go to Green Street and spend $500 and he'll get food for like the next week. Nice. Anywhere he goes, he gets Jeff. I should pull up some of your pictures.
He doesn't no half stepping with no. Jeff. Yeah,
no,
exactly.
And he always gets, and he's smart too, because there's nothing to me that's dumber than ordering like Uber Eats and getting one Big Mac meal. If I order Uber Eats from McDonald's, I'm getting $40 worth of food.
Yes, exactly.
And using a coupon. Why?
It's gotta be worth your while to do it. Yes, exactly.
Roker, why am I using a coupon?
Because paying full price is embarrassing. That's right. Why. That's why.
I had that ready.
Paying full price is embarrassing. I was with my boy Corey came into town over the weekend, and we went to Jewel. And I went to Jewel, and I had it was like a deck of cards, but they were all like rain checks. And I went in there, I had a full basket of stuff. It was $106, and it went down to $36.
Oh my God.
You're like
one of those extreme couponers.
He was like, that was impressive. I'm like, stick with me, son. You might learn something.
He's like, you make me sick, but it was impressive. He's like, I want to puke.
Exactly.
So that was it then, right? In New York? That's pretty much the whole trip?
Yeah, so I did not. So I paid full price at Cat's Deli. Don't think I didn't look for a coupon. Believe me, I did my research. But places like that, they're not going to have they got so many tourists that come in there, and it's a little intimidating because they give you a ticket when you get in.
Oh yeah, no, I've been in those kind of places.
And they say you must return this ticket even if you don't use it.
They do that at Manny's here too.
They do that at Manny's now? And then they write the prices on the ticket, and then you pay on the way out or whatever.
Yeah.
You pay on the way out. So I'm like, oh man, is there like a back door? Is there like a where's the bathroom? I can do a Blues Brothers or something and squeak and slip out the bathroom window.
Gunsmith Cat 74 on YouTube. Has Roker used any of his Jersey Mike's shore points yet? I'm going to answer that for him. The answer is no. I just got my birthday Jersey Shore points. So I got those too.
Yeah, I actually still have in my calendar. Like I'm looking at my iPhone calendar right now.
Yep.
And it says
renew Playboy TV membership.
No, I canceled the Playboy TV membership a couple of years ago. It says free Krispy Kreme dozen expires 8/31. Free Jimmy John's expires 9/1. Free Culver's expires 8/16. $25 Fogo de Chão expires 9/1.
We should go there one day, Roker.
I've got all my reminders in here.
Can you believe Jimmy John's never sent me my free sandwich after all these years of great service for me?
They didn't?
No.
You check your spam. It might be too late.
I did check it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's like a grandfathered in thing at this point. I don't know.
I used to get it. You think they just cut me off? They're like, this slob is gonna come here anyway. So
let me double check, make sure it's in mine. I'll pull up the email, that's for sure.
God.
Let's see, 20% off orders with pickup 20 right now.
Oh, I used that today.
Oh, there it is. Free birthday 8-inch expires by I got it.
Oh, it came right to your app.
Yep. Do you have the app?
Of course.
Okay.
Come on.
My apologies.
My
apologies. My apologies.
Man.
Oh, my apologies. Dude, if I had asked you if you were a member of the Taliban, you wouldn't have been that offended.
This is all I have right now.
Do I have the app?
What are you, nuts? This is all I have currently in my app.
You earned a free cookie. Hey,
this free fucking cookie.
Yeah, they end up. Yeah, they'll toss you. They'll toss your cookies every now and then, or chips.
Can you look at previous orders on here?
I think if you have ordered through the app, yes.
Yeah. Because I have a Jimmy John's in my building at work. So today,
it's a real Jimmy John's. It's not like it's an airport Jimmy John's.
No, this is a real one.
Okay, so it's not like in a food court or something.
Oh,
it's
here
on
we go.
The first floor. Okay.
Here it is right here.
Okay.
So this is my order from today.
Hunter Biden, a bootlegger, some Jimmy chips. Nice.
And then 14 days ago.
There you go.
The Hunters Club.
A little delivery. Very nice.
Oh.
Very nice.
By
the way, don't be fooled by the Subway series. You seen the commercials with Chuck and Tony Romo? Don't be fooled by the Subway series for Subway. It's all the same sandwiches they had before. They just renamed them.
No, they're different a little bit.
The majority of them they just renamed.
I think they're a little bit different though, because there's certain ones that are a little bit different.
Well, I will be that's like my Subway's like my fourth choice. I definitely have to have coupons for Subway, that's for sure.
I actually went there the other day out of desperation.
And then how'd you feel afterwards?
Not good.
Yeah, it's like, oh, now I know why I don't go all the time.
Yeah,
it's
Craig
Robinson, I'm like, man, I might have to try some Pizza Hut. That looks like now I know. Now I know why I only go to Pizza Hut once every 2 years.
Yeah.
Now I know why I only do this every 2 years.
I mean, for you, it's a little bit easier because you have less food options. But I live in the mecca of all subs, and I still find myself at a Subway somehow.
Well, that's embarrassing because you're within like walking distance to like
JP Graziano.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Cafe La Petito is right by me.
Yeah. So
and then I have all like Bari,
D'Amato's.
You're like
5 minutes from Bar. Yeah, I mean,
Vinny's.
but sometimes you have to do it. Sometimes you have to do that.
Yeah, just I was leaving work and I'm like, God, do I want to go down that flight of stairs to go to Jimmy John's, or do I want to just go right here to Subway? And I'm like,
can't even go down a flight of stairs to get. Had it been up a flight of stairs, I might have been there with you for a minute. Man. You're not even wanting to go down a flight of stairs to get Jimmy John's.
That shows you how lazy I am. I swear to God.
That's good. That's God. Do I want to go down a flight of stairs to get Jimmy John's?
I swear to you that one flight of stairs keeps me out of that Jimmy John's very often. I'm not joking. I'm like, oh God, do I want to walk down? Ugh. It's one flight of stairs, and I'm like,
oh my God,
and I don't go.
Dude.
And the Subway's like right on the way to my car, so I'm like, ugh.
Dude, treat yourself. Tell yourself that at least going down that flight of stairs is gonna is the extra mayo. That's the extra mayo. You worked off the extra mayo by going down that flight of stairs.
There's not many meals to me that are completely like a Gene and Jude's meal is completely satisfying to me. There's not many meals that I eat that are completely satisfying. Like, do you agree with that?
Oh, I get the Gene and Jude's, I get the double. And I usually don't like mustard on my hot dogs. Usually don't get like but I get it just as advertised because that's what it just tastes better. It's the
Yeah,
way it's
I
supposed
actually
to
get
be.
mustard on the side and dip the fries and everything in the mustard there. That's how delicious it is.
Interesting.
But I'm thinking of fully, like Gene and Jude to me is fully satisfying. Hooters 10-piece hot wings with blue cheese is completely satisfying. There's not many meals where I'm completely satisfied. Even Jimmy John's at this point, I'm not completely satisfied.
You have to be in the mood for certain things. But yes, like if I'm within 10 to 15 minutes of Gene and Jude's, I'm gonna go to Gene and Jude's.
Yeah.
I'm close enough. I'm in the area. Like clear, go get the oil changed over at Al Piemonte. And I'm like, yeah, stop by Gene and Jude's on the way back, even though it's like 15 minutes from there.
Denise
But it's
checking in. There's no
like
good
close
food in the
enough.
suburbs. That does suck,
Yeah.
Roker. Now you're out in the burbs. Like a
It's
man like yourself.
it's a lot more. I'm looking for any suggestions, ladies and gentlemen, for family-owned restaurants, mom and pop shops, things of that nature. Because it is a lot. It's literally completely the opposite. I would go living in Hyde Park. I would go. The only time I would ever see a Steak and Shake is if I went to the Allstate Arena.
Yeah.
The only time I would ever see a Culver's before the ones that moved the
On
one by
MLK.
Sox Park. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Is like to be like in Gurnee or something, right?
Oh, and you used to get excited too, because when you were in the suburbs before, you were excited for those chains because you're not used to those. Now probably you're more excited for the good places here because now all you have is chains.
Yeah, it's like there's a Steak and Shake right by my house, a Culver's, literally Steak and Shake, Culver's, McDonald's, Burger King, Mr. Submarine.
Oh, you do have a Mr. Submarine.
Dairy Queen, Kentucky Fried Chicken, White Castle, Wendy's, all within walking distance.
Have you been to Dairy Queen lately?
Claire went and got me some Dairy Queen about 2.5 weeks ago.
Because they have some new burgers. They have some new burgers.
I don't think that this Dairy Queen is one that has the food. I think
they don't participate in the food.
I think they're just the ice cream.
Hey, here's
suburbs 10 minutes away from here. There's another Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
It does have the burgers.
Hey, if you own a franchise, you don't get to pick and choose. Okay, you don't get to you participate in everything. You must use the app. You must accept coupons. Whatever they're doing that week, you must participate in. You can't just pick and choose what you want to do because it's not good for the brand. Like that Burger King over here. We don't use the app. What? You don't use the app. Oh, no. It says right there on the sign, no app. And never, if they have any kind of deal going on, they never honor it ever.
Yeah, they need to have some consistency. I highly recommend, if you have HBO Max, go back and watch the Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. It's probably about 3 months old now, but he talks about Subway and their franchisees. Like, why are there so many Subways? Yeah. Why is there a Subway everywhere? It's because they're the cheapest to franchise. It's the cheapest to franchise. So that's why mostly immigrants own the Subways, but they make the least money out of any franchisee.
Yeah.
And they will literally open up a Subway 4 blocks away from your Subway.
Oh, there's no rules about that.
Correct. So that ends up, so how would you like to spend, I don't know how much it is, $100,000, whatever, open up a Subway, and then 6 months later, another Subway opens up 4 blocks away.
Oh yeah.
So now you just lost half your business.
Yeah. So that's bullshit.
It's fascinating. So check that out if you get a chance.
How do we get in and out to franchise? Like, I know they said they don't want to move past Texas, but like, how do we get that? Because the heiress. Have you ever seen her? The woman the heiress of In-N-Out Burger.
Oh, I didn't even know there was an heiress of In-N-Out Burger. No.
Oh, so she looks.
I always said I'd love to bring In-N-Out Burger here. I'd love to bring Fat Burger here. I would love to bring. There used to be Jack in the Box here when I was a kid. I would bring Jack in the Box here. I would bring all, I would take White Castle to places that don't have White Castle, that kind of stuff.
The In-N-Out heiress is one of the greatest catches ever because she's worth billions of dollars. And I Roker, this is a Roker girl.
And she's a Roker girl. Yeah, exactly.
This is like, and Roker, could you imagine? So, of course, you have to bang her or whatever.
You had me at In-N-Out heiress.
Yeah, exactly. But so she owns all the In-N-Outs. And it's like, and she's a former drug addict and all this stuff.
What?
So oh yeah. You have to look into her. Her name is Lindsay Snyder. Lindsay Snyder, the In-N-Out heiress. She's the CEO. She took over for like her grandfather or something.
Wow.
But I always said her and Jeannie Buss are the two like greatest catches ever. And Jeannie Buss is banging Jay Moore.
Yeah, I didn't. You told me that,
which is crazy.
So Jay Moore is getting Phil Jackson sloppy seconds.
The famously private billionaire owner of In-N-Out Burger. Billionaire.
Dude,
she's a billionaire.
I'd be the private dude. And she's got to be young because no one has the name Lindsay spelled like that. Who's
Lynsi?
Yeah. What is she? 26?
No. She's like almost. I think she's like in her 50s or like late 40s. But whatever. You get all. But then the problem. I'm sure she's whatever. She looks like Lori Grenier or something. Like she's doing as good as she can with what she has going.
There you go.
So yeah, if you could marry her, Roker, get her to move In-N-Out here.
There's one problem. I mean, I'd have to like move to Utah because I'm already married. So I don't know if I'd be able to take on another wife at this point.
You don't think Claire would be down if you said I'm going to have $1 billion?
She would be. I'm going like, I'll go. Bad news. The good news and the bad news, right? The bad news is I'm taking on a sister wife. The good news is she's the billionaire heiress of In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, all good.
The good news is now you get to bang some like big stud guy like Claire does.
What?
She gets some stud dude. Like,
yes, she does. Yes, she gets.
That's a trade-off.
She gets Al Roker Jr.
Yeah,
from,
exactly.
Yeah. She gets Al Roker
Would you be
Jr.
down for that though? Like, hey, but then Claire has to be with this like ripped dude. Like,
no, dude. Claire knows the rules. Claire's like
the rules.
Yeah, no, it's like you want to sleep with somebody? Great. They better be able to do something for us. They better be at the very least like an electrician or a plumber or a car dealership.
Let alone a billionaire.
Something, let alone a billionaire, but they better bring something to the table.
Yeah.
That's the rules.
So then you get so immediately we would have parties in and out all the time. We would move to the West Coast. That would just be it, right?
Here's the thing. I love this. You've already got the whole thing figured out. You're having In-N-Out parties in your head. You got the whole thing. I could see you've got like the ballroom at the Hilton and there's wall to wall. It's like that picture when Trump had the football team there.
Yeah.
And there was burger and there were McDonald's all over the place.
That's my dream.
And he was proud of it. And that's you've already got it laid out in your head. You just got In-N-Out burgers on 100-foot long table, right? For your summer party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She comes in naked with a briefcase full of cash and bags of burgers for you. She's like, Roker, welcome to the family.
That would be your best version of like Deal or No Deal. Naked with a briefcase of cash and burgers.
Yeah, here you go. Double, right? Animal stuff. Of course. Thank you. Oh, don't forget your $1 billion, Roker. Here's your
That's right. And your $1 billion.
Do you think what do you think the price tag is for Claire to finally leave town? Like if someone said we'll give you $100,000, but you have to leave Roker tonight. Just leave him a Dear John letter. What do you think the number is? 200,000?
What would her price be?
Yeah. Would it be 10,000 or would it be like $1 million? But all she could do is write you a letter. She could never see you again. It's like when Henry Hill goes into the witness protection program.
It's weird because I just realized because everything's been happening so fast lately, and I just realized I have an anniversary coming up next month.
Oh,
and I'm like, but what do you get the woman that has everything?
You give her a new life.
What do you?
Here's $1 million in a new life. Enjoy the rest of your life. I think $1 million would do the trick, right?
She would be like in a Flintstone car. She would get if the floorboards would be out and her feet would be going like that to get the hell out of Dodge. She couldn't do it fast enough.
But what do you think? There's a number though,
I don't know. I've never asked. I'm sure but you know what? Everybody has a number. Everybody has a number.
I bet she wouldn't for any amount.
I don't know.
Here's Claire right here.
That's Claire leaving Ken. That's Claire leaving Roker.
All right, later, Claire.
Look, she found her number.
Claire, here's your $5,000. Claire,
yabba do. She slides down the dinosaur tail, hops in the car, gone.
Hey, Claire, here's $500. Later.
Here's some buy one, get one free coupons. Bye. Yep.
You're telling me I get $1 million and I get to bang some like Brad Pitt looking dude?
Right. Yeah. Right. Who owns some franchise?
Yeah. He doesn't need to own it. Now she's just banging studs because now she's the billionaire.
Right. Exactly.
She doesn't need it. She doesn't need anything from anyone except that they're, a stud.
Right. I know. Oh, well.
Yeah. Hey, maybe we could get the. I tried booking her once for the SLOB show, and they're like, "Oh, we're not interested."
You tried booking who?
Lindsay. Not Claire.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
Lindsay
what?
Snyder.
Oh, you tried booking the millionaire, millionaire heiress, the billion. Sorry, Lindsay, didn't mean to sell you short there. The billionaire heir. Yeah, probably the SLOB show is a little bit below her pay grade.
What if she's like, but Roker, the only thing you have to do is always bang me at In-N-Outs. Like, that's what really gets me off.
Like on the counter?
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, sure, whatever. Is the ice cream machine working, or is it like McDonald's, or it's always out?
Do they have ice cream in In-N-Out?
I don't know, dude. The only time I've had In-N-Out.
I love In-N-Out.
Oh, no, let's see.
He had it in Vegas that one time.
Yeah,
I've had it a bunch of times.
That's the only time I've had it is in Vegas, I think.
Yeah. I've had it in Los Angeles, Vegas. Like I go to anytime there's In-N-Out, I go there.
Yeah.
If I'm in an area that has it.
Yeah.
Oh, they do have shakes, yeah. In-N-Out does have shakes.
There you go.
Chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. I love In-N-Out. God. People say it's overrated. I think I love it. And it's cheap. It's like $3 for a burger.
It is cheap. It is cheap. And there's there's one right on the strip, right between the Flamingo and the Link. Right there.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
This is at the 4x4 quad. It has 4 patties, lettuce, tomato, sauce, 4 slices of cheese. With or without onions. God. Delicious.
That would be your dream job, right? To go into like product development for In-N-Out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Be awesome.
Absolutely.
But all right, well, we got to go. So go to the SLOB. Everyone watching the SLOB show should be a member of the SLOB show Facebook group. And again, we want you to share share your pictures, share your tips, everything.
You go out, you get something to eat, you get something nice and cheesy. Big fan of the cheese right here.
Yeah.
So if you get something nice and cheesy, just share it. We all want to see. About a deal or something like that. Please put it up there so we can
any deal. Yeah.
Partake.
Coupons like that. Right? What's that Jimmy John's code? What was it again?
I got to log back in.
It was
because it's 20% off.
I'm going to put that in there right now. All right. 20.
Oh wow, it didn't pop up that time. Now the code's not popping up.
20.
I think so.
What is it?
Yeah, when I just logged in, it didn't pop up.
Used it today.
Can you use it more than once?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jimmy John's. And then if you forget, you just search it. Jimmy John's August promo code. And it'll come right up. That's another little tip. Let's see, 20% off. It is
You should always look.
pick up 20.
There you go. So he's probably not good on delivery. So you probably have to pick it up in store. But that's a
All right,
good.
so there, I just posted that in the group.
Yeah, that's a good deal. So
Yeah.
you're talking about $4 off of a $20.
Yeah.
That's a real good deal.
See, you can only get that kind of stuff on the SLOB Show Facebook group. And then
That's
most
exactly
importantly, if you want to see Roker's Today Show appearance where he met El Roker, where you could see Roker, you need to be on local TV. Is there anything we could do to get you on TV?
If there's anybody watching or listening right now who is on local TV and they're hiring, please let me know. And they have a good dentist. I'm ready for my close up.
Hey, just put in the little, where
Or
that little thing that.
Or you can just shoot me like you ever watch those documentaries? They got like Stevie Nicks is on, but she's like way back here.
Yeah.
If they can shoot me like that, I'm all in.
All right. Well, yeah, check out Roker's appearance. Again, it's right there on the group. What's your website? LRokerJr.com?
LRokerJr.com.
It's there too. So.
Or it's on, my Facebook and my Twitter. Roker at Roker Radio on Twitter, at Al Roker Jr., everything else.
All right. We're out. We'll see you next week. Or actually, no, we won't be here next week, actually.
Oh, no.
No, because I have a work thing that goes all day. So
really?
The next week we'll be back.
2
That's
weeks.
breaking news. Breaking news.
2 for Tuesday.
2 weeks.